Good morning to everyone on the last weekday of the spring break. Uh, but it doesn't feel like a spring break. But good morning, and we're here this morning. I'm standing with the Vice Mayor Pro Tem, Jerry Davis, Councilmember Dwight Boykin of District D, Councilmember Jack Christie at large, as well as some additional individuals that I will be talking about very shortly. It's good to see all of you here today, and other department heads that are here, and a lot of business and community folk as well. I'm pleased to announce my selection of Dr. Karoom Sarami to head the Houston Department of Public Works and Engineering. Dr. Sarama is a Houstonian and has been a practicing engineer for more than 27 years. And during his early engineering career, Dr. Sarami was fortunate to be an engineer on projects across the world, including Azerbaijan and Lithuania in Eastern Europe, Colombia in South America, and Siberia in erstwhile Soviet Russia. He also worked on engineering and construction projects across the United States. Over the last 14 plus years, Dr. Sarama has been focused on Houston's area public sector engineering and construction projects. He has worked with the Harris County Hospital District, the Harris County Toll Road Authority, the City of Houston, Pearland, Missouri City, Rice University, the University of Houston, Houston Independent School District, the Aldine Independent School District, and the Texas Department of Transportation. Dr. Sarami has 4 postgraduate degrees, including 2 masters, a PhD in civil engineering, and MBA from the University of Texas at Austin. That is the only disappointing thing on his resume. In spite of that, he is my choice for Director for Public Works. Right. He recently completed an executive leadership program from Stanford University, and he will fill the vacancy created by the retirement of Dale Rudick, a good friend, someone who's just been very supportive, who has led PWE since 2014. Pending council approval, Dr. Sarama's appointment is to be effective April 3rd, 2017, and in the interim, Deputy Director for Engineering and Construction, Carol Haddock, will manage the department. Dr. Sarami has developed an impressive 100-day transition plan. He is focused on the organization's culture and spending, as well as collaboration with City Council, neighborhoods, and the engineering community. He definitely understands the important role the city plays in boosting quality of life for all Houstonians. He will be able to build upon the excellent progress made during Dale Rudick's tenure. I want to certainly thank Dale for his service and wish him well in his next chapter of his life. A very active member of the local community and professional organization, Dr. Sarama's held leadership roles in American Council of Engineering Companies of Houston, the American Society of Civil Engineers, the Asian American Engineer and Architects, and the American Society of Indian Engineers. And standing with him today is his wife, Sai, his son, Abi, and his daughter, Viseta, and I know I probably messed that up, standing today. And I was just told just this morning that I believe Karoom will be the first Asian department director in this city's history. I find that difficult to believe, but at least that's what I am being told. I am also announcing the appointment of Lisa Johnson as interim director of the Houston Parks and Recreation Department. Lisa has worked for 31 years exclusively in the public sector as a parks and recreation professional. She has been employed by the City of Houston since 2002, most recently serving as division manager in the General Service Department with oversight of Parks Development's multi-million-dollar capital program. She has also been involved in the renovations of Bethel Park, Cragg Park, Emancipation Park, and Lake Wilderness Park, and numerous other neighborhood park projects, including construction of the Memorial Park Living Bridge, the Bayou Greensways, and hike and bike trail connections. Let me say that Lisa is no stranger to parks and green space. In fact, she originally started her career in Waco with the Parks Division there. And because of her deep love for parks, the person that she's married to is in parks himself. And so both of them are certainly devoted to parks. And then with respect to Lisa, she could not have a better supporter in being named as the interim than Joe Turner, who is retiring as the director of the City of Houston Parks and Recreation, and strongly recommended that she would be the right person to follow him in the interim spot as we move forward. Lisa's a graduate of Texas A&M, and that's about the same as UT. This just wasn't a good day on campuses. But in spite of her affiliation with Texas A&M University, Lisa completed her postgraduate training program at Southwest Texas State University, the National Park Planning and Maintenance Safety School, and the National Playground Safety Institute. She will replace Joe Turner, who is retiring, who has done a stellar job with the City of Houston. And her position will be effective April 30th of 2017. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the new permanent public director, Dr. Karum Sarami, and then the interim director for Parks and Rec will be Lisa Johnson.
First, Mayor?
Yeah, I'm moving back and forth.
Oh, okay. Mayor, thank you very much
Thanks.
for that honor. I know you love the city more than anybody else in this room and in the city. And for you to entrust me with the public works, I know that's quite a bit of trust and quite a bit of confidence in you. And I promise you, I'm going to do everything I can to keep up that trust and confidence.
Awesome.
Thank you very much. And before I say anything else, let me once again take this opportunity to both thank and introduce my family here. My beautiful wife, Sai, my son, Abhi, and the apple of my eye, Vijeta, my daughter. And Mayor, by the way, one more thank you. I knew there was a reason why you kept this announcement right in the spring break. You know, my wife says special thank you to you because she didn't have to pull my daughter out of school to bring here. So with that said, I mean, Sai and I, we have been proud Houstonians for more than 27 years. And all this time, we really grew up to love the city, to really admire the city and admire its greatness. And it's nothing more than the highest honor for me to be appointed to this position, pending the approval of the council. And thank you. And I'm really excited. As you can see, I'm a little bit of nervousness also, but I'll overcome that. I'll, like I said, told Mayor, I'm here, I'm going to work very hard, and I'm going to do everything possible to make the Public Works Department as seamless and as transparent as I can. It's a service organization at the end of the day, and it's going to be a team-building effort, with all the wonderful employees that we have, with the predecessors that I had in this position. They have created a great basis. But teamwork always requires more than just one team. It's not just going to be the employees of the Public Works, it's going to be all the public, every one of you together. All Houstonians, you tell me what is needed and what is right, what is wrong. And the employees of the Public Works will make it their mission and purpose to bring all of it together and make Houston a better place. That said, thank you very much, Mayor.
Thanks.
Again.
And Lisa has been joined by her husband, Scott, who's also in parks as well. Lisa.
Thank you. I just want to thank the mayor for this appointment and having the confidence in me to lead the team. As I look out in the room, I see my family, my Parks and Rec family, and my GSD family. And I know with their support and help, I can continue Joe's vision for the department. I also think that I have the passion and share it with the mayor for parks, especially neighborhood parks, and keeping them safe and clean for our citizens. I think working with the citizens is what gives me most joy in this job. And as I look out of the room, I see all the projects. Y'all have names and faces, but you're projects to me. Some of them big, some of them little, but, it's those projects, and then watching the kids go out and play on the playground equipment, or the seniors walking the trails. I mean, that's what does your heart good. So I'm not much on public speaking. I will learn. As I see, my font is a lot smaller than the mayor's, but we do have. So I will learn with your help. And in closing, I do want to thank Joe Turner. It's been such a fun ride. And as I told him, I just can't wait to see what his next adventure is. And hopefully he'll share that with us.
Lisa, I'm going to borrow that. I see a whole lot of projects. Yeah. I'm going to use that. There are big projects, little projects, easy ones, complicated ones. But look, an exciting day for the city of Houston. I do want you to know that we took our time and took a very thorough search to come up with what we believe would be the best persons for these particular positions. And we have looked all across the country, especially on public works. I certainly want to thank Deborah Baker and her team and crew, and a lot of stakeholders. So the engineering community was a part of this process. And when all was said and done, came up who we thought was the best person in the United States to lead public works. It is a huge department. It is a very, very important department. And I firmly believe we have the right person to move this department forward. Having said, yes. Having said that, if anyone has, from the media, press, have any questions, and Mike?
Mayor, you talked early in your term that maybe there were some ways to move forward and splitting public works into different groups, that sort of thing. I don't know whether that's part of the 100-day transition, kind of where that stands today, and in light of that and whatever else, what was it specifically about Karoon that led you to pick him?
The experience, and not just from an intellectual point of view or academic point of view, but the hands-on, the practical experience, being out there, dealing with the various stakeholders, having a direct involvement, let's say, with public works, with the whole engineering community, being a CEO himself. When you look at his entire background of 27 years of experience, I mean, it's just been stellar. And then I will tell you that we have looked high and low over the last 6, 8 months, Some said I was taking too long, but we looked all over the United States. I wanted to make sure that we were coming forth with the best person for this position. If Public Works works, then the city works. And so when you look at his background, what he brings to the table, his capability, his hands-on experience, his familiarity with pretty much all of the stakeholders, the choice was very, very clear.
And what about the structure question? Sorry.
The what?
The structure of the department.
Oh, splitting. And I took a look at that even at the beginning, in all of 2016. But I decided that it's very difficult for, in my case, the lawyer, legislator, to step in and move to split public works. Better to bring in the person first, and then to make that assessment rather than me doing it. Okay, when that's not what I do. Okay? So I'm going to leave it to Dr. Sorome and his team to make a very deep dive evaluation to come up with the assessment. And sometimes it's not about splitting, it's just about leadership. Just leadership and management. And so let's take I'm going to listen and be attentive to him and to those that he will be working with. It's his responsibility to come in and make an assessment of nearly all 4,000 employees, take an assessment of how Public Works is functioning, where it can be improved. And Dale has done an outstanding job, but there are many areas for improvement. He certainly knows, and he's heard me talk a whole lot about making sure that permitting moves well, that we deal with the infrastructure, and that we make sure that we have a culture that's conducive to being consumer-friendly. Okay? Customer service is important. We cannot have a department that when people are coming, we're saying no, 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 no. We need to be helping them and assisting and directing them on how they can do better or what they need. So we don't need to be a hurdle, but we simply need to be as helpful as we can be. He's heard all of that from me, but his experience in this particular area far exceeds mine. And my deal is that a lot of things I don't know, but it's always good to surround yourself with people that do know. And in this case, what I don't know in this area, he certainly does know. And with his assistance and the assistance of the 4,000 people there, I believe we ought to be able to move Public Works forward in a very dynamic and positive fashion. Okay.
Mayor,
Yes.
Speaking of infrastructure and all that, the federal government budget may be cutting out Tiger grants and some other infrastructure projects. Do you think that's going to be a big problem?
And I assume you're talking about the president's proposed budget. If the president's proposed budget is implemented, then it's going to hurt a whole lot of folks. Not just in Public Works, but yeah, Public Works will be very much affected. Housing, community development. If you eliminate community development block grants, CDBG funding, you're going to hurt a lot of people, a lot of people. You'll hurt a lot of people seniors, a lot of low income, people looking for affordable housing. It would have adverse effects for the arts, okay, transportation. So the budget is lacking on so many different levels. From my point of view, as Mayor of the City of Houston, I hope that it will remain a proposed budget. So that's probably the best description I can give to it. Okay. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
On a little lighter topic.
Oh, good.
Great weekend for Houston coming up. The tour to Houston. We have the
Yes.
rodeo still in town.
Yes.
Spring break final weekend.
Yes.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
The museum district is packed. The zoo is packed.
Absolutely.
Just talk a little bit about the excitement this weekend and all the things going on, and how do you decide what to do?
Well, that's a good thing in this city. We want you to have a difficult time deciding what to do and trying to pick from so much that's on the menu. That's what this city is all about. Look, the tour to Houston, the run starts tomorrow morning. The bicycle ride starts on Sunday. I hope people will join us. I will certainly be in it. I'll have my spandex on. Maybe that's not a good look. But nonetheless, I am not insecure, so, if people don't like what I wear, that's their problem. But in this city, you can be who you are. And, but no, with the rodeo, that's like a Super Bowl in the city every single day. And of course, Garth Brooks, they've announced he's coming back, and he's coming in 2018. So hey, that's a plus. That speaks to the greatness of this city. And that's why when you look at everything that's happening, for example, this week, and when you look at these two individuals that are going to be leading Public Works and Parks, you can't help but to be excited. And things just don't happen on their own. They happen because of the people that are at the front, the people who are providing that leadership and that vision. And that's what we want to keep going. This is a very, very diverse city. And just the fact that Dr. Stroman is the first Asian, I still find that hard to believe. But, but look where we are and look where we're going. And it's not just based on identity, so to speak. It's based on capability. But today demonstrates that capability and excellence come from all walks of life, that no group has a monopoly on excellence. And in this city, with so much diversity, there is excellence and professionalism that permeates in every group within our city. My goal is to showcase what we have and to bring it forward and to put people at the table of decision making so that collectively we can build a great and dynamic city with a huge menu that people will just have a hard time picking what they want from it. And that's the beauty of it. I couldn't be more excited to be a Houstonian. And the good news is that however great this city has been, it will pale in comparison to what we will do as we move forward in the future. That's the good news. All right. Let me also, before we end, I want to, Beth, why don't you come forward to Parks and come and stand next to Lisa, because I need some of y'all money, so. Well, come on, go on, Joey, and announce that.
So the mayor spoke about those spandex. Tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, we have a new skate park open in the Gulfton area at Burnett Balin Park, and we're going to get him on a skateboard. And we have a helmet, and you don't need to wear spandex.
Well, look, from the horse to the bike to the skateboard, we just do it all. You just have to make sure you have good insurance. Thank y'all for joining us this morning. Come and please say congratulations to these individuals. And Deborah Baker and to your whole crew, thanks for the hard work that y'all have done. To David Mintzberg, Bill Bowen, everybody on the transition team, thank you all, very much appreciated. Okay, thank you.